20 years ago, in a small town, Officer Alex Martin opened his arms and heart to welcome 6 abandoned black girls. A bold, loving decision penned the touching story of their multiracial family. Amidst the mounting difficulties, derogatory remarks, and scrutinizing gazes, the bond of fatherhood blossomed. I hope this story can touch your heart, taking you through a spectrum of emotions from admiration and sorrow to joy and hope. If this story resonates with you, please share it with your loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more meaningful videos to come. And now, here's today's story. In the small town of Greenfield, Alex Martin, a familiar police officer, has served for nearly 2 decades. He patrols tirelessly, protecting what he has always called home. As the patrol car slowly rolls down the main street, he catches a glimpse of Mrs. Williams smiling from her flower shop.
Good morning, Mrs. Williams.
He greets in a warm voice.
Alex, are you coming to church this Sunday?
Alex replies with a hint of sadness.
I'll try, but work still takes priority.
Since the passing of his wife, Maria, participating in social activities has become difficult for Alex, and the home now holds only memories of Maria. Returning to the station, Alex is greeted with respect by his colleagues, although his serious demeanor keeps them at a distance. Sergeant Jack Robinson, a longtime friend, pulls Alex into the office.
Alex, it's been 10 years since Maria passed. You need to find joy in life again.
Alex stiffens, staring blankly at the wall.
Thanks, Jack, but I'm fine.
Jack sighs, fully aware of his friend's stubbornness.
We're always here if you need us.
One autumn afternoon, while on patrol, Alex received a report about a case of abandoned children at 234 Oak Street. His heart raced as he rushed to the scene. Inside the old house, he heard faint crying, and when he entered, the sight before him left him stunned. 6 girls huddled in the corner of the room, their eyes filled with fear.
It's okay. I'm here to help you,
Alex said gently. The oldest girl, trying to maintain her composure, spoke through her tears.
Our parents, they had an accident. We've been waiting for them to come back, but...
Her voice broke and tears streamed down her cheeks. Alex felt a deep sorrow for these children as he called for support from Child Protective Services. The hours that followed unfolded like a whirlwind. Social workers arrived, gathering information and assessing the situation. Alex learned that the girls' parents had died in a car accident a few days earlier, and with no relatives to care for them, the girls faced being separated into different families. As Alex listened to the exchanges among the social workers, a surprising thought crossed his mind.
What if I adopted them?
Everyone in the room fell silent, their eyes fixed on Alex. Even he couldn't believe what he had just said. The social worker, Rebecca, approached him cautiously.
Mr. Martin, I understand your sincerity, but adopting 6 children is a tremendous responsibility.
I know, but I can't bear the thought of them being separated. They've already lost so much.
Rebecca looked into his determined eyes.
All right, we can discuss this further at the office. This is not an easy decision.
As he prepared to leave, the oldest girl approached Alex, her face clearly showing concern.
What will happen to us?
She asked. Alex knelt down to meet her gaze.
What's your name?
He asked.
Daria.
She replied softly.
Daria, I want you to know that I will do everything I can to keep you and your siblings together. Can you be brave and take care of them while we figure things out?
Daria nodded seriously, her eyes fixed on Alex. Back at the station, Alex dove into a series of meetings and legal procedures. His colleagues were surprised when he insisted on adopting all 6 girls.
Alex, are you out of your mind? You can't rush into adopting 6 kids.
Alex sighed and replied firmly.
This isn't impulsive, Jack. They need a home, and I need a purpose.
Throughout the night, Alex faced a barrage of questions from social workers and specialists. They wanted to know his reasons and how he would handle cultural differences. Despite the pressure, Alex remained resolute.
I know it will be difficult, but I want to do this. I can't turn my back on them.
Rebecca, the social worker, quietly observed and finally said,
You understand that they have been through a lot of trauma, right?
They will need a lot of patience and love. I have been lonely for too long, but when I met them, I felt a sense of hope. I am ready to face any challenges.
As dawn broke, Alex sat in the patrol car, looking towards the temporary home of the 6 girls. Taking a deep breath, he stepped out of the vehicle, approached the house, and knocked on the door. It opened to reveal Daria's hopeful face. Alex knelt down, smiling.
Hello, Daria. I promised I would do everything to keep you all together, remember?
She nodded, her eyes shining brightly.
So, do you want to come live with me and be a family?
After a moment of silence, Daria beamed and turned to her sisters, and all 6 girls rushed into Alex's arms, laughing joyfully. He felt the walls of loneliness within him crumbling, and in that embrace, Alex found what he had lost for so long: hope. From that moment, Greenfield, a small town, would witness a new family. But for Alex Martin, life was just beginning. The once quiet little house was now filled with the laughter of the 6 girls he had just adopted: Daria, Simone, Tiana, Zoe, Leela, and Jasmine. 3 months passed with challenges and joys. Alex stood in the hallway, coffee in hand, preparing for a busy morning. He opened the bedroom door and was greeted by sleepy faces and messy hair.
Good morning. It's time to get ready for school.
Daria, 12 years old, was up helping 4-year-old Jasmine.
Dad, can you help me comb Jasmine's hair?
Alex felt warmth but also anxiety. He took a comb and tried to tame Jasmine's hair. After 10 minutes, the hair remained tangled, and he felt a sense of helplessness.
I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'm still learning.
Jasmine smiled gently, nuzzling his cheek.
It's okay, Dad. You tried.
As they descended the stairs, Alex felt the curious and scrutinizing gazes from the neighbors. Mrs. Williams, usually friendly, now looked at them with suspicion. Alex pushed aside his sadness, focusing on ensuring everyone was safe in the car. The journey to school was filled with laughter and homework questions. As the older girls entered the school, a weight of anxiety settled on him. He knew they would face many challenges. Back at work, Jack, a close friend of Alex, pulled him into the break room, his expression tense.
Alex, are you sure you know what you're doing? Adopting 6 kids isn't easy.
Alex remained calm and replied, I know, Jack, but they are my family. I just hope you support me. Jack sighed, shaking his head.
All right, just make sure you understand what you're up against.
As time passed, Alex gradually adjusted to his new life. He learned to cook for 6 different tastes, practiced braiding hair, and became a mediator for the girls. More importantly, he began to understand and appreciate a culture vastly different from his own. One Sunday morning, Alex decided to take the girls to church. As they entered, all eyes turned to Alex. Daria, sensing his discomfort, gently held his hand to reassure him. After the service, an older woman approached with a warm smile. Alex shook her hand, smiling shyly. Mrs. Mariah said,
Not only are you a great officer, but you're also a wonderful father. I can see the love in your eyes. Even though you've taken on a huge responsibility, if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Alex felt a wave of relief wash over him.
Thank you, Mrs. Mariah. I will definitely reach out to you.
As time went on, Daria, the eldest sister, took the lead, always caring for her younger siblings and helping them with their studies. Simone, 10 years old, the family's artist, painted the walls of their room, and Alex proudly hung her artwork on the refrigerator. Tiana, 8, was an athlete who practiced basketball with Alex outside. Zoe, 6, loved making lists that Alex had to forbid her from reading during meals. Layla, 5, enjoyed singing and dancing, often performing in the living room. Jasmine, now 4, was the peacemaker. Her sweet personality and cheerful laughter could soothe any tense situation. One evening, while Alex was helping the younger girls with their homework, he overheard Daria and Simone whispering. Feeling concerned, he knocked on the door.
Is everything okay?
Daria and Simone exchanged glances, and then Daria spoke up.
Dad, we need to talk.
Alex sat on the edge of the bed, his heart racing. Simone quietly said,
Some kids at school say we aren't a real family because you are white.
Alex felt a surge of pain and anger. He hugged the 2 girls tightly, his voice gentle. We are a real family. What makes a family is love, not skin color. I don't pity you, I love you. He looked deeply into their eyes. Others may not understand, but what matters is that we understand and love each other. Don't let anyone make you feel like you don't belong. Daria and Simone clung to him, and Alex knew he couldn't shield them from every difficulty, but he could give them the strength to stand up. However hard he tried, Alex still couldn't protect the girls from every instance of discrimination. One day, Alex received a call from Simone's school. He rushed to the school immediately. Entering the principal's office, he saw Simone sitting there, her eyes red. Mrs. Collins gestured for him to sit down. "Mr. Martin, there has been a disturbance between Simone and another student." Alex looked at Simone, surprised that she was so quiet.
What's wrong, sweetheart?
Simone replied softly. She said, "I'm not welcome here, and the only reason I'm here is because a white man adopted me." A surge of anger rose within Alex. He turned to Mrs. Collins, his voice tight.
And what about the other student? How is the school handling this?
Mrs. Collins continued, "We have a zero-tolerance policy for fighting. Both students are suspended." Alex stood up, resolute.
No, my daughter is defending herself against racism. She doesn't deserve to be punished.
After a tense discussion, he managed to reduce Simone's punishment to just staying after school. Alex noticed the disappointment in Simone's demeanor as they headed to the car. Instead of going home, he slowed down and took her to a nearby park, leading her to a quiet spot.
Simone, I'm very proud of you.
Simone looked up, puzzled. "But I messed up. I got into a fight." Alex nodded.
You defended yourself, and that takes courage. I'm sorry you had to endure such hatred, and that I couldn't protect you from it.
Alex took a deep breath, choosing his words carefully.
Simone, life isn't always fair. There will be times when people judge you, or try to hurt you just because of your skin color. It's not right, and it's truly unfair. But that's a reality you'll have to face.
Tears began to fall down Simone's cheeks. Then why should I try, if people will always see me as different, as unworthy?
Because you are strong, you are beautiful, you are valuable, and you have the power to change people's thoughts and hearts. Your voice matters, and your life is worth it.
He lifted her chin to ensure her gaze was on him.
Never let anyone make you feel insignificant. You come from a lineage of strong and resilient people who have faced unimaginable hardships and still risen above them. That strength flows in you, Simone, and I will always be here to remind you of that.
Simone leaned against Alex, her small body shaking with tears. In that moment, he realized that his role was not just as a protector but also as a source of strength, a guide for his children in a world that could sometimes be unfair. The journey home unfolded in silence. When the car stopped, Simone turned to Alex, her voice soft yet determined. "Dad, can you teach me more about how to be strong and about our history?"
Of course, sweetheart, we'll learn together.
That evening, as the family gathered around the dinner table, Alex looked around at each of his daughters, each one special, each with her own unique beauty, each facing challenges he could not fully understand. But in their eyes, he saw resilience, strength, and love. As the family held hands to pray, Alex felt a sense of peace wash over him. Alex Martin, once a lonely man in a small town, had now become something much greater. He was a father, a protector, a teacher, and a lifelong learner. Looking into the faces of the girls, he knew he had found the true purpose of his life. The road ahead may be long and sometimes difficult, but with love, understanding, and unwavering support, this family would face every challenge together, growing stronger with each step. Daria, now 22 years old, had just graduated from college and pursued a career in social work, inspired by her own experiences. Simone, 20, was thriving in art school, her talent nurtured under the guidance of teachers who understood her unique perspective. Tiana, 18, was in her senior year of high school, a standout athlete with dreams of playing basketball at the college level. Zoe, 16, remained the family bookworm, excelling academically and dreaming of becoming a writer. Layla, 15, had given up her childhood performances to pursue her passion for social activism, organizing clubs and community events. And Jasmine, now 14, was navigating the challenges of adolescence with her inherent gentle nature, though not without its difficulties. Time passed until one day a significant event struck their family. Alex could no longer dismiss the increasing fatigue in his body. At first, he thought it was just a sign of aging. But as the months went by, the fatigue grew more severe, accompanied by shortness of breath, unexplained weight loss, and a persistent cough. Not wanting to worry his children, Alex kept his condition a secret. However, that secret could not be hidden forever. The truth finally came to light on a Saturday afternoon. While the family was hosting a barbecue to celebrate Zoe's acceptance into a prestigious writing program, Alex was standing by the grill, flipping the meat and laughing at a funny story from Simone when a sudden wave of dizziness struck. He gripped the edge of the grill, trying to maintain his balance, but the world around him seemed to spin. The last thing he heard was Amara's panicked voice calling his name before everything faded into darkness. Alex woke up in a hospital bed, surrounded by sterile white walls and the monotonous sounds of machines, a stark contrast to the warm atmosphere of the family party he remembered. As his eyes adjusted, the image of his daughters gathered around the bed, with clear worry etched on their faces, came into focus. Daria, always strong and steadfast, was the first to speak.
Dad, why didn't you tell us that you were sick?
Alex tried to smile, but it only turned into a weary grimace.
I didn't want you all to worry. Each of you has your own lives, your own challenges. I didn't want to be a burden.
Simone stepped closer, gripping his hand tightly.
You've never been a burden to US. You are our support now. We will be by your side, just like you've always been there for US.
The doctor's diagnosis was serious, stage 3 lung cancer. The road ahead would be fraught with challenges, including chemotherapy, radiation, and uncertain prognosis. As Alex listened to the treatment plan, he couldn't help but think of the milestones he might miss: graduations, weddings, and future grandchildren. But looking into the determined faces of his daughters, he realized that he wouldn't be fighting alone. In the weeks and months that followed, each daughter stepped up in her own way to support him through the treatment process. Daria, with her experience in social work, took the lead in caring for Alex, researching treatment options and attending all medical appointments, becoming his advocate in the healthcare system. Simone brought joy with her artistic talent, decorating the hospital room with vibrant paintings that illustrated the family's inspiring journey. Tiana became a coach, encouraging physical activity with invigorating walks. Zoe, a book lover, sat by him during chemotherapy sessions, reading inspiring stories that infused hope into the room. Layla organized fundraising events, rallying support for cancer research and early detection. Jasmine, the youngest, always at his side, brought comfort with her cheerful spirit and infectious laughter during difficult days. In the months that followed, Alex's health gradually improved. Despite the tough battles, the support from his daughters helped him discover the hidden strength within himself. One evening, sitting on the porch swing at sunset, Tiana came out to sit beside him. They sat in silence before Tiana spoke, her voice full of emotion.
Dad, I thought a lot about that night when I ran away.
Alex was surprised, feeling strange to revisit that moment. Tiana continued, her tone gentle.
I was really angry back then. I thought you didn't understand me. But seeing you fight through your illness, witnessing how you never gave up, no matter how hard things got, made me realize that's where I draw my strength from.
Tears streamed down Alex's cheeks as Tiana leaned against him.
I'm so proud of you, Tiana. You've become such strong women.
Tiana chuckled through her tears.
We've learned from you, Dad, and we'll always be here. We'll get through everything together.
They sat in silence, watching the sky shift from orange to purple, and Alex felt a wave of peace wash over him. Despite the uncertainties ahead, he knew that with his daughters by his side, he could face anything. Their bond, forged through love and challenges, proved that love, not blood, defines a family. In the quiet of the night, surrounded by the love of his daughters, Alex Martin realized he was richer than anyone. The legacy he left wasn't money, but the strong, compassionate women he had nurtured. Gazing at the stars above, Alex promised himself and his daughters that no matter what the future held, they would face it together as they had from the very beginning. Their connection, love, and support would be the strength that helped them overcome any hardship. The journey was never easy, but looking at his daughters, Alex knew every challenge was worth it. He saw in their hearts empathy and, above all, love. That was his greatest achievement, raising 6 incredible girls. They understood that family is not just blood, but a choice in love. As night fell, Alex felt deep gratitude for how every struggle had made his family stronger. In that strength and love, he found a peace that illness could not take away. Tomorrow may bring its challenges, but tonight Alex felt serene, knowing they would face everything together as a true family. The warm spring sunlight illuminated Greenfield as the Martin sisters gathered in Daria's hotel room, full of excitement. 5 years after Alex's battle with cancer, he'd returned stronger than ever.
Is everything ready for Saturday?
Daria asked. At 27, She was a key member of the event planning team for Alex. Simone, 25, a renowned artist, chuckled.
The video is finished featuring old friends of Dad's, people from the church, and even the kids who helped out.
Tiana, 23, fresh off a professional basketball season.
I've confirmed the venue. The community center is really excited.
Zoe, 21, glanced up from her laptop, saying,
I've written a speech, but I think we should all share IT together.
Layla, 20, a political science student, smiled.
I invited the local media.
Jasmine, 19, chimed in with a grin.
I can't wait to see Dad's reaction when he finds out.
The week leading up to the event was filled with busyness as they prepared, keeping the secret from Alex. On the day of the event, Daria kept him occupied, taking him out for dinner and reminiscing about the past.
Dad, do you remember the early days when we were all scared and confused?
Alex smiled gently, his eyes shining with warmth.
How could I forget I was scared too? I didn't know how to take care of 6 girls, especially when we were so different.
Daria took his hand, feeling a wave of love.
But you did. You gave us a family, taught us to be proud and to stand up for ourselves and others. You changed our lives.
Alex replied sweetly, sensing the love in his daughter's eyes.
You all changed my life too. You gave me purpose and taught me the meaning of unconditional love. I am so proud of you.
As the sun set, Daria drove Alex to the community center for a family dinner. Without a doubt, Alex happily agreed. But upon entering, he was surprised by the sound of surprise echoing throughout the room. The crowded room was filled with familiar faces, friends, old colleagues, neighbors, and people Alex had known over the years. He was thrilled to see banners reading, "Congratulations, Alex Martin, a true hero, and thank you for everything." In the midst of the crowd were his daughters, radiating pride. As the shock wore off, Alex received hugs, thanks, and admiration. Tears welled up as he reunited with long-lost faces, old friend Mike, Mrs. Mariah, and even Mrs. Williams, who had once been skeptical, now embracing him tightly. I don't know what to say, Alex managed, feeling emotional. Simone stepped forward, guiding him to the guest of honor seat. You don't need to say anything. Tonight is to celebrate you and all the positive impact you've had on so many lives. The evening unfolded like a beautiful tapestry of memories and gratitude. A large screen displayed a meticulously prepared video by Simone. Alex watched intently, tears streaming down his cheeks as friends and community members shared stories of his kindness, unwavering support, and the impact he had made in their lives. Mike, a longtime friend, said, Alex is not only a great police officer but also a good man. He taught me that true strength comes from understanding and compassion. Mrs. Mariah, with her warm smile, was next to speak, recounting the early days of meeting Alex at church.
He came with an open heart and a desire to learn. He showed me what IT means to work as a family.
As the video ended, the girls expressed their gratitude to Alex once again. Daria spoke about how he never stopped supporting her in social work. Simone thanked him for nurturing her artistic talent, even when he didn't fully understand it. Zoe acknowledged the inspiration she drew from him to pursue her writing dreams. Layla emotionally recalled how Alex encouraged her to engage in social activities. Jasmine, the youngest daughter, simply thanked Alex for always being there, loving and comforting her through the ups and downs of life. Finally, Tiana stepped forward, her gaze fixed on her father.
Dad,
she began, her voice strong despite the tears streaming down her face.
I used to think you couldn't understand my perspective, so I pushed you away.
Alex felt a wave of joy as he recalled those years. Tiana continued, her voice growing firmer, but I was wrong. You may not have understood everything, but you never stopped trying. You taught that family isn't about appearance or experiences, but about love, support, and acceptance. At that moment, no one in the room could hold back their emotions. Alex sat there, overwhelmed as Tiana's words touched his heart. You all have done so much. This is more than I ever expected. Tiana stepped forward and handed him a large gift box, neatly wrapped and presented.
This is a gift for you from all of us.
With trembling hands, Alex opened the gift to find a framed certificate and a thick folder. As he read the inscription on the certificate, his eyes widened in surprise.
The Alex Martin Fund for the care and adoption of children.
He read aloud, his voice barely above a whisper. Daria sat beside him, her eyes filled with pride. We established a fund in your name. Its mission is to help foster children, especially children of color, find loving homes. We want to give other kids the opportunity that you gave us. In his tear-filled eyes, he knew this was beyond anything he had ever imagined. The decision to love and open his heart to 6 little girls many years ago had rippled out, touching countless other lives. Finally finding his voice again, Alex looked up at his daughters, his heart so full he felt it might burst.
Dad, I don't know what to say. This is truly amazing.
But you girls don't owe me anything. Everything I did out of love.
Alex pulled his daughters into a tight embrace, his shoulders shaking with muffled sobs. He reminisced about the journey they had shared, from those early awkward days as a newly formed family to this moment filled with love and pride. Later that night, as Alex sat on the porch swing surrounded by his daughters, he gazed up at the twinkling starry sky. Alex Martin knew he was the richest man in the world, not because of wealth or status, but because of love, because of family, and the realization that he had made a real difference in this life. As he hugged his daughters closer, he silently thanked fate for bringing them together all those years ago. By choosing to love and protect 6 abandoned little girls, Alex Martin had found the true meaning of his life, his greatest joy, and a legacy that would live on long after he was gone. Ultimately, what mattered was not skin color, not blood or genetic ties, but love with the power to change lives, heal all wounds, and create a family bonded by something greater than all outward differences. And that, Alex realized, was the most unexpected and valuable reward of his life. The story of Alex and his 6 daughters has come to a close, shared across the globe. Their tale has inspired countless people, helping them embrace the strength, faith, and hope that come from familial love. They prove that family is not just built by bloodlines or appearances, but by the love each member has for one another. The bond of family is a love that can transcend all boundaries and challenges, with the power to make the world a better place. In the end, thank you for your interest in and for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and family. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and then the notification bell to stay updated on our best videos. Goodbye and see you again.